Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to tonight's live stream. Sorry, I really like this thing. Put that there. Yeah, what's up, guys? So tonight I wanted to talk about print failures and things that are going to go wrong, and just when you start making stuff, all the stuff that can possibly go wrong with the hobby, because it's not a matter of if, it's 100% when. You are gonna have failed prints. You're gonna have paint that gets messed up. You're gonna have under extrusion. It's just gonna happen. And I'm sure a lot of this will apply to even like foam and Pepicura and all of that. Just making this stuff in general. Now I am versed in 3D printing, and I'm sure some of you in the chat are more experienced with another side of it. It'd be cool to get your input. So just finishing getting set up here. I got a really nice new monitor, and we redid some things. I like it. Some of you saw it on Instagram. It's a really nice wraparound monitor. I don't know, curved. It's a big curved monitor, and I love it. So it's definitely helped me adjust things. Ooh, that's kind of cool. You do that. So I'm just getting the chat somewhere I like it, where I can read it. I can see myself. I can see the chat. And with this new setup, I'll be able to move around the room a lot more, which will be kind of cool. Different angles and stuff, so we're gonna play with that. But yeah, I wanna go over just like all the little things, kind of from like when you start off. I got a little Ender 3 right there. I'm not gonna power it on, but I can talk about things you're gonna wanna look for when you get your first 3D printer, and the problems that, I'm sure all of us see all over the forums and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be fun. Yeah, Facebook, the classic like, does this look right when somebody's wobbling something? Or so I want to talk about mainly the problems I've run into, and also other problems that I've seen people run into. How did that get there? Go to your home. And just ways to fix it, ways to overcome it, because you're going to have these problems. It's just gonna happen, and how you recover from them is 100% going to make or break your success in this hobby. Now, I'm not a professional or anything like that. I'm just going to show you guys how I've gotten through them, little tricks and stuff to fix them, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk and have a good old time. Yeah, I'm excited. How you guys doing? It's Sunday, right? It's Sunday. There is also a non-zero chance, a very small chance, that I could get called into work. I am on standby. I am on call. So if that happens, I will have to pause I'll have to leave, and that'll be it. But hopefully that doesn't happen, at least not for at least the next 2 hours, and we'll have a good old time with it. So, and suddenly the noise. Yeah, the monitor is beautiful. Started printing. Hey, how do you know any good programs let you add supports to the models? That's called Cura. Nice Mando helmets. Thanks. I mean, the community, this group is great. Hey, you're welcome, Scott Williams. Let me just make sure. Let me check stream health. There's 72 of you. Wow, welcome. That's really cool. That's really awesome. How's the audio sound? It's saying we got some weird audio. I don't know what that's about. No? Maybe? Yes, also, we do have I have some moderators in the chat. They will ban you without a second thought. Please don't spam. If you ask a question, I will do my best to get to it when it is question time. And yeah, no hate, profanity, blah, 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 bullying, all that fun stuff. So please avoid that. And my mods will actually be able to filter out some questions and pick out some really good ones that maybe I haven't answered yet. There are a lot of repeat questions during the live streams with people asking questions I've answered in previous live streams or that I have videos about. So I try not to waste time with those ones and get to the questions that people haven't asked before. So hopefully, all right, audio really good, cool. Yeah, a couple Mando helmets. I have six Mando helmets. I have 6 Mandalorian helmets in work for the follow-up to the Mandalorian video. The first was how to 3D print the Mandalorian helmet. The next one's gonna be how to paint the Mandalorian helmet, how I paint it. So I have 6 of them in work, all with different methods. We're gonna talk about this guy. We'll talk about him later, once you've started printing. This thing had a massive layer shift. It had, like, you can kind of see it all in there. It layer shifted twice. It layer shifted, printed a little bit, and then layer shifted back to its normal position. I was able to break the parts off, re-weld it, And right now I'm filling it, and it even had a layer shift on the top. This helmet was a catastrophe. And this is part of the painting video on fixing this. Can we get this to look something, you know, something presentable? And this is also part of it. This is the same paint I used on the other helmet you guys have seen a little bit of. This is just the first coat. There's still some issues with it, but there's like 5 or 6 different ways I'm painting these, and that'll be part of that video. That helmet's too small. That's a 90% helmet, and it barely fits my head. It is very uncomfortable. We're going to talk about that. Maybe scaling a helmet incorrectly, and then you go to put it on, and it doesn't fit. Almost like I've done that before with this Nova helmet here. Like, it looks great, it's cool, and then it doesn't fit. So you're going to run into these problems. And then you can either have fun with it and laugh about it because you're stupid, and we're all stupid. We've all done stupid things. And then it was a good practice. It was a little good practice helmet to just test some theories on, and it turned out pretty cool. So you got to bounce back from that, or else you will not survive in this hobby. You have to laugh at yourself. I laugh at myself all the time. Yeah, and then there was once I repair this helmet, we're going to talk about this too. This will replace one of the helmets in the video. So 3 helmets that are going to be in that Mandalorian video are failed prints. You have a layer shift, you have one that just didn't finish, and then one that's just way too small. And then they're all going to look nice-ish. Finishing 6 Mandalorian helmets at the same time, all with different methods, it's a little tricky. They're not coming out my best quality, but enough for the video, and I'm actually supplementing quality on some of them. One of them, I didn't sand it at all. I only used spray putty and filler primer. Another one, I haphazardly sanded really quickly so you could see the layer lines through the metallic. I want to show you guys what happens when you skip on some of these prep steps, because it's just it's going to turn out awesome. So stay tuned for that. I'm working on the helmet motorization tutorial still. I got a really cool, handy dandy board in for video 2, and then while I was testing it, I fried it. So that's fun. Yeah, so more to come on that too. Does anyone have a creative way to reduce the CR10S V3 control box loudness without replacing the fans? I don't really replace the fans as avoid the warranty. Hey, Randy McFarlane, there really isn't a warranty on that thing. Getting Creality to actually uphold anything close to a warranty, you'll drive yourself mad, so you might as well just replace the fans. I'm just going to say that right now. How much filament did you use on your Mark 85 suit? 15 rolls. Also, please try to seal the graphite. I couldn't find it. Please try some ways to seal the graphite. There really is no way to seal the graphite. That's the trade-off with graphite rub. You can clear coat it, but I think it affects the shine. I am doing graphite rub. This is how I'm finishing one of the helmets, so that's in the video. Oh my God, this heater is on fire. Hold on, I gotta turn that heater off. Wow. Audio volume is up and down when I move. Okay. I will copy that. Normal, quiet, normal again. I think it's from me leaning over, so hopefully that fixes it. How's that? Oh, that is peaked out. Let me check the camera. Hold on. Are we maxed out here? Let's try that and see what that does, how this affects the audio. All right, cool. All right. What's your favorite pizza? Pepperoni and jalapeno, but we're not talking about that. So may the Pratt Whitney gods be on your side. They won't be. So I'm gonna take you guys through a timeline of my 3D printing journey. We're gonna put this little baby right here on my lap. It's like a kid. It's like Santa, right? So stop it. So you got your first 3D printer, and you see people online. You see people making things like I make. You see cosplays and big stuff. If I put you there, will you stay? It stays. Okay, cool. So you got your 3D printer, right? And this is going to be a very summarized version. I'm not going to go into everything about bed leveling and nozzle blowouts. I have so many videos about that. Go look at those, please. Okay. So you got your printer, you're calibrating it, you got it started.
Your first test print comes out good and you're like, oh, I want to print something really big. So you go and grab some Thingiverse files, right? Now, Thingiverse is a great resource. There's thangs.com, thingiverse.com, Cults3D, My Mini Factory. There's a lot of resources for free files. Now, the thing you have to remember with free files is sometimes they are free for a reason. It is hobbyists, it is modelers, just like you might be somebody who's just learning and just wants to make the thing and share it with you. So sometimes models might not be the best. I've seen people go down incredible rabbit holes trying to get their first print to come out. And I'm not talking about the calibration print. I'm not talking about the benchies. I'm talking about they want to print their first Iron Man mask, right? And they go and grab a file off of Thingiverse and they're trying to print it and they're trying to troubleshoot it and they're trying over and over and over again. And everybody on Facebook is helping them. Have you checked your E-steps? Have you leveled your bed? Is your bed clean? What's your filament? What's your temperature? Blah, 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 blah. And then somebody finally asks them, what file are you trying to print? Well, it turns out they were trying to print a 3D file that was literally unprintable. It was a bad file uploaded to Thingiverse. The way it was exported, it didn't have the proper walls. They didn't know how to look into preview. They didn't know how to go into Cura and evaluate the print. And the second they sliced it, went into preview, half of the model was just gone. The printer just couldn't, it didn't exist. Most of the model didn't exist because the walls were way too thin. It was just a bad model. Now, that's not the modeler's fault, really. A lot of 3D modelers don't 3D print. So you're going to run into problems, just weird problems that, you might not know you're asking the wrong questions, and people might not know what to ask you to help you. So you really have to approach certain things in a light where you're troubleshooting the thing yourself. I am a firm believer that, and I just talked about this in one of my last videos, that if you don't understand how this machine works, and I'm not talking about like ohms and circuitry and every little detail of the main board and all this E-step stuff, I'm not talking about that. You don't need to know the voltages and all this crap. I barely know half of this. I know what I need to repair this thing. There are maintenance problems that pop up with these. These are not perfect 100% plug it in and go machines, especially the Ender 3. There is a learning curve. And the sooner you understand how this machine works, when things go wrong, you'll understand why they're not happening. The printer wants to do what the printer's told to do. It wants to go X, right? Oh, look, the printer turns on. Oh my God, that's so bad for the printer. Don't do that. Oh no, it's the worst thing ever. So the bed wants to go Y, the nozzle wants to go X, and it all wants to go Z, right? And that nozzle is being told where to go by the G code that you get from your computer. It's fantastic, cool. But if there are things on your printer that are loose, if your bed And we're back. Yeah, don't know what happened. See, told you. I guess the problems aren't solved, so we'll look into that. Hopefully that just fixed it. And drink. Yeah. That puts a bummer on this. I was streaming for hours and it was testing it, so. Yep. Motors are now generators. Everyone take a shot. Yeah, I lost you. I don't even know how long I was out there because I was looking at this thing. So, yeah, quick recovery. Quick recovery there. No, yeah, I know. Yeah, so where was I? Anyway, understanding the printer. And again, it always freezes on a really, really funny frame, which is just great. Oh, God. The tragedy. It's his magic act. Are you going to make any other Marks of Iron Man helmets? Yeah, probably. Probably. I have a lot of files. The drinking game is still on. Drink responsibly. And if you're underage, don't drink. So, understanding your printer. This thing is very simple when you think about it. When you finally understand it, and once I got my printer, my CR10S, the first time I took it apart and kind of built it back up just to do some troubleshooting, I understood it so much better. Now, that's not going to be the case for everybody. Some people are more mechanic. I am very mechanically inclined. I'm a mechanic by trade, by nature. I've been building stuff since I was a kid. This isn't going to be the case for everybody, and it's no fault of your own at all. It's just some people learn differently. Some people like reading literature and reading the actual manuals and guides and forums and just information about how the printer works. Other people like taking it apart and looking at it and seeing like, all right, this is what makes all this move and tick. So however you need to learn it, understand what's going on here. This little motor gear right here is pulling filament through, pushing it through this tube into a heated hot end, and it's extruding plastic. It's a hot glue gun. That's all it is. It's a very precise hot glue gun that moves in an X, Y, and Z axis. If it's too close, if this nozzle is too close to this bed, the filament can't come out. So then your extruder can't push the plastic through. You'll get a clog, you'll get a blowout, something will go wrong. If it's too high, it's not going to squish onto the bed. If your bed's not clean, it's not going to stick. If it's not at the right temperature, it's not going to stick. If your G-code's corrupted, it can't print properly. The angry pirate with the 5 pounds. Thanks for the 5 quid, dude. Have a drink on me for all the tips and help. Keep up. Hey, thank you. Thank you. You could have asked a question, but you didn't. You just. Thank you a lot. That's awesome. You're raising along the axis. If these things are the printer that are loose, the Avenger-related file. Where did you get most of your Avenger-related file? So Brandon Schaffman and anybody else in the chat, if you go into the Discord, which my moderators will now link because they're awesome, at the very bottom of my Discord is a frequently asked questions section, and it has a list of every file I have printed, whether it be free or paid. If it's paid, you have to go pay for it. If it's free, you can go to the link and download it. I think I'm a little behind. I think there's I need to put the Nova file, the Mando file, and the Monster Hunter Sword file. There's a couple files I haven't put in there yet, but you can kind of figure them out for the videos. So that has all my files, so go have fun. Yes. So this is all working like that, okay? You understand that, you're troubleshooting, you finally have a print sticking. How do I say this without sounding like a jerk? In some way, shape, or form, it is always your fault a print failed. Mostly. 99% of the time. That's my opinion. And when I say you, I also mean me. Most times I have a print fail, it's my fault. Seldom, from my experience, do these just break. You broke it, or you calibrated it, you built it wrong, you have the wrong temperature, you didn't clean your bed, you didn't use the right G-code, you didn't use enough supports. The list of things you did wrong are way longer possibly than the things that could have just randomly broke. Again, my experience. Okay, so nobody get too mad. Obligatory Discord plug. TikTok level content I got on my print a few weeks back and using them as my guide. Hey, that's awesome. Them's fighting words. It is fighting words. Some people are going to have an issue with that. What I mean to say is learning to evaluate your printer, your G-code. I'm not saying parse through every line of G-code. No, that's ridiculous. I'm talking about understanding Cura. Understanding it not... There are settings in Cura I still don't understand. I don't mess with my walls and thicknesses and all. No, I play with supports and infill and density and positioning. You could put a face mask in Cura like that, and it will try to print it. It's probably not the best thing to do. You can print a face mask like this. You can sit it up just like this. That'll probably print. You're going to use a buttload of supports. Like that, not bad. But if you've been printing face masks, you'll know that right here at the bottom where it touches the bottom of the bed, that likes to fail a lot. That likes to kind of fall off and drop off. Understanding how to look at the model and evaluate the model in Cura and dissect it basically and understand that model won't survive. Cura is good. S3D is good. Whatever slicer you use is probably good. That's probably why you're using it. Except for Creality Slicer. Stop using that. And don't use Slicer to print. They're being able to take the time and look at how your file is going to print is also a skill you need to understand and learn. You can't just drag, drop, slice, print. Sometimes you can, but when you start printing really big stuff in weird models that are going to take hours, days, weeks, you really need to understand what you're looking at, and does this need a support, does this not? Because the program's only so good, unfortunately. And just because I know the perfect settings for my Red Hood helmet to print it standing up just like this, those settings are not immediately going to apply to every other helmet I print. Learning how to print the Akira Yuming Mark 85 faceplate does not mean that printing DO3D's faceplate is going to even translate the same. They could be shaped a little different. So again, like taking your time to understand Cura too will just pay dividends in the end. And if your print just fails, maybe it comes off the bed. That happens all the time. I've seen prints fall over. Maybe somebody, unfortunately, they have their print standing up. They didn't have enough, it's just too tall. Maybe they're printing it like this and your bed is going in and out, and that causes a weird wobble and your prints can fall over. You can try to print something like this to minimize the actual sway in the print. I just printed a sword. It's in the garage. I can't tell you guys what it is yet, but instead of printing the parts of the blade like this, I printed them all flat like that to give me better layer adhesion. So this was printed standing up like this. Now, theoretically, this is clear PLA. I should... Nope, I can't. Wow, this is strong. Oh, there it is. That broke. Oh, that hurt my fingers. If I had printed this, bear with me for a second here, okay? So I printed it standing up. It made layer after layer after layer after layer. Being able to break it along those layers just comes naturally with the material properties of it. That was very good at layer adhesion. That was a lot harder to break than I thought it was going to be. Now, if I had printed it like this, right, the layers would have been lengthwise with the blade. I would not have been able to break it like that. That would have been much harder to do. That would be the equivalent of me trying to now fold this and break it like a Kit Kat. That can add strength to your props. Now, while these are really big and all of these were printed exactly like this, standing up, the sword I had to print is a very thin katana. I couldn't print it like this. It already wobbles. The second I even moved it, it would have just snapped in half. So I laid it down to get good layer adhesion across it. I had to learn that the hard way. I've had props and prints fail like that, unfortunately. You go and print it and your layer adhesion sucks. You don't have your temperature dialed in, and you print it and you go to take it off the bed. I believe it was one of my first Stormbreaker prints. It was this part actually, and I took it off the bed and I was like, oh, this is really strong. And I just snapped it right in half and I'm like, oh, actually, it's that Stormbreaker up there. You can't see it. You can see it. Oh, right there. Right there. Oh, right there. That thing. That Stormbreaker is a little bit longer. So, this is another Stormbreaker. The one that's on my wall, the one that's in all the photos and everything, is a little bit taller because I had a print failure and I reprinted this. This part right here I think is like 3 or 4 inches longer on that one. So, yeah, you're gonna have some failures. It's gonna happen. Understand your printer. And what's cool about understanding your printer is once you understand if you can figure out and understand how an Ender 3 works, you can theoretically understand how almost any 3D printer works in some way, shape, or form. It is the nozzle needs to move around the bed. Now, whether it's the bed that moves or it's the nozzle that moves in like a Core XY type printer, or the Delta printers with the cables, which I don't still quite understand. I need to look more at those. They all kind of work the same way. The Ender 3 is the most stripped down printer you're probably going to buy on the market currently that I would even recommend. I wouldn't go more bare bones than this. There's really no point in buying the Net A8 kits anymore. These are so cheap and they work amazingly. These are way more worth your time now. Everything from there, and like I was just talking in that last video about your base CR10S with your CR10S Pro V2, there are, the quality is all the same. It's how do you extract that quality? Do you get an auto level sensor to make sure your bed is always perfectly level? Do you get an upgraded bed for better adhesion? Do you get, better extruders, better tubes, a silent board? Do you get all these things that improve the printer a little bit in some way, shape, or form and help you extract that quality out of them? Because that's all you're trying to do. These, again, can all do the same thing.
Hi, John. Hi, Michelle. How are you? I got two of my friends watching. Now I'm nervous. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah, now I get like stage fright, right? So all these little features and upgrades you get throughout, upgrading your printer, getting the more expensive printers. This $160 printer can do the same quality as my $1,000 CR10 Max. It's just bigger, and it has a couple extra features to make extracting that quality a little easier. It has the auto bed level sensor. It came with an all metal extruder. It has a better bed, that type of stuff. So as you move around and you look at other printers, even the Sunlu S8s, the artillery sidewinders, all that fun stuff, it's really just, it's more of the same, and then you're just kind of playing around with the quality and the difference. So I don't want to talk too much more about the initial print setup. I want to kind of go over just some other, the types of failures you're going to run into. Why are you going to have a nozzle blowout? I guess maybe I should leave that up there. Let me check the chat. Let me see what you guys are saying, huh? Let me see what's going on. Is there any place to find a pre-cut STL for smaller machines? That you're going to have to learn by yourself, unfortunately. Jose Soto, don't rely on model makers or companies to pre-cut stuff for your printer. You're falling into a trap. That's a good one, actually. You're going to fall into a trap of relying on other people. Now, if you can figure out how to use Slicer or Mesh Mixer and cut up any model you want, you are no longer limited to asking them for help, and it's only going to help you in the future. Because some people will just, they'll go and model something, give you the model, and that's it. Some model makers don't do that. That's totally fine. And some do. Some take a lot of pride in actually slicing up the files and everything for different size machines. Let's see, let's grab this. The jaw blade here, this little baby, this was pre-cut to fit a CR10S size printer. So this automatically, when I bought it, would fit an artillery sidewinder, a Sunlu S8, a CR10S or bigger. But having to fit it on something like an Ender, you would have to go and start cutting this up a lot more. Yeah. Now, granted, you can buy some files and message the modelers, and sometimes they will be courteous and they'll cut it up for you, but don't really expect that. You will benefit yourself so much more by going and learning how to cut these models up yourself. So go and do that. I just did a video on that recently. My all-inclusive guide to cutting up big-ass models. How do you make the file bigger or smaller? There is a scaling feature in Cura. I'm going to have to skim through some of these question guys because there are a lot of them. If you guys, oh God, I'm about to do the YouTuber move and I apologize. Oh God, we're converting. If you guys really want me to see your question, Super Chat is enabled. You don't have to do it, but if it is a really important question to you, I will read those above all. You are by no means obligated to do it. But also at the same time, please don't spam if I miss your question. It can be, can you donate like 50 cents? Something. It shows a lot brighter in the chat. We're about to break 30,000. Thank you so much for that. We're about to break, I can't believe it. I think by the end of tomorrow, I'll be at 30,000 subs. So thank you so much for that. Wow. Yeah, that happened. Thanks for the tips on leveling the bed the other day. You got it, Patrick Garrison. Have you tested with tree support? I use tree supports all the time. Slice your model with normal supports, look at the time, filament requirements, and then slice it with tree supports and do the same thing. Sometimes your time will go down, but your material will go up. Sometimes it's a trade-off. You got to figure out what's better. Hit the like button. There's 160 plus people watching. There's 160 plus people watching? What? 172. Hi, guys. Oh, my God. Hi. Good thing I posted that video on TikTok, I guess, right? Can you 3D print an ink demon head? I don't know what that is. Oops, I needed that part. Do you have a reason for not really using flexible material in your prints, i.e. joints in the Iron Man suit? The Angry Pirate. I haven't needed to yet. That's pretty much it. I think I've been able to solve around it. But there is more to come on flexible materials. Don't you worry about that. Can you show us the filament guide in the Ender 3? No, there's filament through it. It's just a little arm. I think search
Search CR10 filament guide. It's universal. It fits any extrusion metal printer. I have it on almost all of my. I have it on my Max, my Pro, my 10, and both my Enders. Yeah, it's actually pretty universal. It just slots into the side. I won't be able to stay for long. Just wanted to say hi, love your work. You were, hey, thanks. Hey, when videos show with you. I just asked the same questions. What Ironman file did you use for your helmet? Watch any of my videos. It's usually linked. I made a huge mistake and got a Vauxhall for a model price of my first printer. Great quality, but the bed, yeah, it's tiny. It's tiny. When you donate money to get a highlighted message. Oh, okay, don't forget we're trying our best to answer for you where possible. Yeah, oh no, I appreciate that. I do. That's why I'm skimming over some of them, because especially the repeat questions, I'm kind of leaving that to my mods. If I've already answered it or there's a video, my mods are pretty good at giving you that information, so I don't need to talk about it right now. Congrats on the growth. Thanks. Thank you. Hi from Germany. Hi from England. Do you have time to play with your new resin printer? No, dude, it's still, you can actually see the corner of the box right there. Yeah, I haven't been able to open it yet. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to clear out a lot of projects before I jump down the resin rabbit hole. Oh, man. Have you ever tried non-planar printing? No, but I've seen it. I just haven't had a reason to try it out yet. Yeah. Hey, Pet G is being hard. I got it about I put it on about 205 and it's kind of worked, but it is way low. Yeah, that's way lower than recommended. If it's working, keep it up. Hey, Marcel of Print Axe. Thanks for the $5 Canadian. I'm new to your channel, but like it very much. Great content. I'm working a lot on Star Wars droids and robotics, as well as masks and helmets. Then you are in the right place for masks and helmets. Star Wars droids, I got nothing there for you, but I'm sure my settings can help you. Hopefully you have a big printer. And I see a lot of people liking the CR10 Max for printing R2-D2s, which is really cool. If I ever had the room, I would print an R2-D2. That was like robotic and followed me around. That'd be kind of cool. Or like, was it controlled by Alexa? Yep. Can you please do a Mark 49 update? I will do a Mark 39 update when there is information on the Mark 39 to update. Since the last update video, I haven't touched it. I'm sorry. Hi from Greece. Can we see the printer in a second? When you purchased a used or sold old printer, where do you normally sell? Facebook Marketplace? I bought, oh, that's kind of funny actually. I bought that second CR10S, the yellow one that's in my videos. I bought that on, I didn't buy it on Marketplace. I bought it on one of the Facebook printing groups, but then I sold it on Marketplace. So that's pretty cool. Where's just in principle items, printing manual helmet. Is there any problems you haven't been able to figure out? Kurt Breton with the real questions. Oh man, look at you. Yeah. Are there any problems you haven't been able to figure out? Yeah, actually. That stupid blade right there, this Iron Man blade. Oh, look, my neighbor's home. You can hear his really loud car as he tries to back in. Oh, he did it. Oh, that was way quicker than normal. This was a problem I wasn't able to overcome. Actually, that's exactly what I just broke. Yeah, this. This is a good segue. Here, check this out. So when I was printing this, the overall plan for this was to make this blade glow. That was my original plan. Now, this is a file from Nico Industries. It came as one solid file, and there was no pre-cuts. I had to cut the handle off. I had to cut the blade up to fit my printer, and if I angle it just right, you can see. Let's see. Oh, right there. Right there. You can just see where the cut is, and then on this one, let's see. Where's the cut? I filled that one pretty good actually. Anyway, I had to cut this up, and it was printed in clear PLA. This thing kicked my butt. This was not fun at all to do. I scaled it 125% lengthwise, and then I scaled the handle 150% so my hand with the gauntlet could fit in there. Well, the reason I broke this part in half right here is because I printed it and I didn't scale it. This was a, or did I scale this one? Oh man, now you have me. What a nightmare. Hey, we're back. We got audio now. Neat. So that's fun. Bang the computer. Kick the server. Yeah, we're good. All right. If you hold on 1 second, I want to check something. Because, all right, cool. That's turned off, and that's going, and do this. And I want to go and check one thing. Yep. It's really bad right now. I'm sorry, guys. There it is. Okay, so that's what I was looking for. Power and setup. Power and additional power settings. And choose what we need. Advanced power settings. And then I want to check USB settings, USB suspend. No, USB suspend is disabled. That's really interesting that it's still doing that. It shouldn't be. Thought we fixed this, but I guess we didn't. Well, more troubleshooting is required. Hopefully it just stops. That 0% is on us. Yep. All right, so back to troubleshooting, that's fun. And we're back, no audio. We're back. Yeah, a lot of timeouts. Oh, Master Broken, what's up? I figured it was you by your name. So was it scale drawn or not? That's a great question. No. The reason that we're just going to pick up like it didn't happen. And every time it happens, we're going to keep going like it didn't happen, even though it happened. We know it happened. Yeah, fresh computer and fixing the settings didn't work, so back to the drawing board. I was streaming on the Discord for like 4 hours with no problem, so yeah. Dritish, did I see the donation? Who donated? Oh, Rehan Varani. No, I did not, man. Jesus. Huge fan, buying a 3D printer once I reach my weight loss goal. Looking at Ender 5 Plus, what do you think? I think an Ender 5 Plus is a great choice, especially if you're even printing big stuff, and best of luck on your weight loss goal and journey. That's really awesome of you. Whatever your motivation is, that's super cool, dude. Good luck. No sound, okay. All right, we're back. Lost in YouTube. This live should be called Expected Problems on YouTube Streaming. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Jesus. Nah, I thought I fixed it. I did. I found a setting in Windows 10 that puts USB ports to sleep, basically, if they're not drawing, and I thought I fixed it. Apparently not. So, I don't know. Back to the drawing board, I guess. So, anyway, yeah. So the overall plan was to make this blade glow. It's all printed in clear PLA. Well, you can kind of see, if I angle this right, you can see the infill lines. And if I held the light behind it, you'd be able to see it, but yeah. All right, you guys can see the infill in there. I was printing this all with like 1% infill because I was gonna stuff it full of LEDs. I printed this with the wrong infill pattern and it had too much of it. So being able to cut it open and get all of the junk out of there, in hindsight, I should have printed it at 0% infill. But even if I had done that, what I didn't like about it as I was building this prop is then I had to weld the parts together. And right when I welded them together, no matter what I did to smooth them out, when I put LEDs in here and painted it, you could see clear as day where the weld lines were, and it looked terrible. So realistically, I need to find somebody with a belt printer to print this whole blade in one shot. This I can print in one shot on my Macs, and then I could fill it with LEDs. There's even actually a hole right here for where I was trying to put LEDs in. So I had to change the build plan. I had to modify my original plans for this and figure out a way to overcome it. This is gonna happen, you know? I mean, the amount of problems I had printing my Mark 85 suit. Getting it to fit me. I still don't like how it fits me. I still am adjusting things. You're always going to be overcoming these things. And I had to figure out a way, all right, can I paint this to look like it's glowing blue? I think I did a good job. I'm proud of this. And I learned a new skill about using white paint. And then this is, the blue here is frosted glass paint. It's what you use to paint clear glass. And as I sprayed it at a gradient, I sprayed it at an angle, it actually gave me a really nice effect. And then clear coating it works pretty well. So this is a direct result of having to, I wasted parts and print time because I wasn't thinking about it quick enough. And then the overall plan didn't work. I was doing it, I'm like, I have to modify this. I either have to scrap this whole thing or figure out a way to get it to look somewhat presentable that I like it. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And I would like to talk about that for 1 second. If my camera, oh, hey, the angry pirate again. Didn't you already donate, dude? Stop. You did. Thank you again for the 5. Yeah, Jesus. Don't fancy the 1,100 hours to print out a Hulkbuster suit? No, it's not on my to-do list. Okay. Whereabouts in the UK you live, mate? I live near Newmarket, if you know where that is. What's your favorite PLA color to use to print with? I love printing in gray and red. In the katana sword thing I was talking about, don't print, let's talk about this. Don't print in white PLA. If you're gonna be making props and sanding and painting, don't print in white PLA. You can't see it sanded. This is unsanded purple Sunlu PLA Plus. That's what it looks like when you sand it. You can directly see while you're sanding it where you have and haven't touched it yet. If you're using white PLA, you can't tell where you have already and already not sanded it. So you can kind of see, focus. I can still see where a couple layer lines are in here. I was going to sand this more, then I dropped it and broke it. This is another result of what can go wrong. This was sitting in my garage and it was super cold. Cold plastic and impacts don't go well. But we can fix this. We have the technology. And I'll talk about this in a minute. But white PLA, careful about using it because if you can sand it, but you're gonna have to prime it first in a different color and then sand it all off and then prime it again. Just avoid using it in general. I think that's my little recommendation. I really like red PLA. I like gray PLA might be my favorite. This is gray PLA. This is monoprice gray PLA. And this was another failure we're gonna talk about. All of this didn't print. This didn't exist. And we'll talk about that in a minute too. Another donation, Jesus. Wow, would you mix materials in your builds like resin casting? My stones are resin cast, actually. Matt Lawson, Sunlu PLA Plus is hard to find. What filament recommendation? So if you can't, Sunlu PLA Plus is very scarce right now. They're phasing it out. It sucks. eSun PLA Plus, directly from the manufacturer, I believe. Monoprice PLA Plus is good. I know people like Overture and Hatchbox. I have 15 rolls of Sunlu PLA Plus. I don't even want to use them. It's like gold. I'm like afraid to print with them. And I have some eSun PLA Plus on the way. So try those out. Don't be afraid to buy cheap, crappy Amazon PLA and try it out. I've seen people have great results with it. So to each his own. Thomas G, hey, just wanted to say thank you for all your help you've given me through your videos and Instagram. Love your work. Well, thank you. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate that a lot. So I was watching Endgame again and I was like, is that Frank? Yes, I do a cameo. I'm one of the dudes in the back who dies. Can you can you hire people to do this for you? I probably could if I had money, a lot of money. Any specific brand of PLA to use or not use? I can't give you recommendations of PLA not to use because I only use PLA that works for me. The best PLA and the best filament is the filament that works for you. I know people who hate Sunlu, who cannot get it to work, who love Hatchbox. I know people who hate Hatchbox and only use Overture. You got to figure it out. Sorry. Do you have any videos on how to making your infinity stone? Do you have any how-to videos on making your infinity stones? I do. My resin casting tutorial. I'll show you exactly how to make them. Guys, what's up with the giveaway? Can anyone answer? I'll talk about the giveaway at the end of the stream. Yes, sorry, you're gonna have to wait. Everyone PLA plus is good. The alternative. Have you ever had PLA that is tangled in the roll? Demigod! Hey, another thing that can go wrong with 3D printing. The filament you get is bad.
Ooh, you know what? Here.
Please hold. Hey, I did some. Cool. Okay, let's talk about one of the very common rookie mistake, and something I still do. You have a brand new. This isn't brand new. I've used the crap out of this. You have a new roll of filament, right? And it's usually fed through this little hole, right? And you go and cut it, and then this happens. Uh-oh. So you go and you grab it, and you're like, oh man. You go and just grab the filament, and you're like, okay, cool. And you start printing, and you start printing, and you start printing. I don't know if it's going to do it. No, there's not enough on the roll. I'm an idiot. Well, it's not going to tangle, but what can happen is, oh, there we go. So, it tangles up, and it's just going to unwind, isn't it? So, unfortunately, when the filament slung back, it got tangled in itself. Now, what's going to happen is, as it prints, the printer is going to keep trying to pull on the filament, but the roll doesn't move. I'm sure some of you at one point have seen, you've come into a print, and it's finished. The printer says it's finished, but it's not printed. Like, there's only, I don't know, half of the print there. This has happened to me a couple times, especially when I was first starting out. The filament tangles, and there is a rare instance. I've never had it happen, but it comes tangled from the factory. Something went wrong when they were spooling it, and it tangles up. Now, most instances I've seen of this, it's usually user error from exactly what I just did. You clip it off. You go to put the filament away, right? And you accidentally let it go, and it gets tangled up there. This stuff happens. I've opened up packages of filament that they look like they were wound by a 5-year-old. They are just disgusting, but they print just fine. I've gotten rolls that look perfect, and sometimes they get a little snagged and tangled, but nothing too bad. So you got to be prepared for that. When you're taking your filament off, what I'll always do is I'll grab it, remove it, and I'll keep it nice and taut, and I'll circle it around until I can get it through one of those holes, and then it breaks. And then I cycle it around to one of the holes, and then I pull it and feed it back through. This way it can't come undone. That will happen to you. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Especially when you have multiple printers and you're in there loading up 6 printers at once, all new filament, and you're just trying to get things done. Mistakes will be made. Let's put that away. Oh. This might have to do with the giveaway that's going to happen at the end of the stream. So, the giveaway announcement. I'm not doing a giveaway live. It's a giveaway announcement. Relax. Guys are so needy. Would you know what file you use for your Kingdom Hearts Blade? It is in the Discord. My Kingdom Hearts file, there's a link for it in the Discord. Must feel nice to open a brand new filament. Yeah, it does. My filament came with the CR10 Max, came with a very brittle white filament. Yeah, the filament that comes with the printers is usually bad. If you are just starting out 3D printing, right, and you're using that test roll, that little roll of filament that comes with your printer, and you're having weird issues, print failures, bad adhesion, get rid of that filament. That filament is usually not that good, and it can, just swapping that out for like some decent filament can usually solve a lot of your problems. So don't be afraid to do that. I'm glad you said that. Who said that? Promote that, man. Mysterio, of course it was you. I'm not going to lie, that hurts a little. Is the Mark 85 helmet there? Are 2 standard holes in the back of the dome part? What do you do with those holes? I cover them with white paper to make it look like there's an LED on them. I cheat. I don't care. What's the biggest problem you had with a print? Master Broku, hold that thought. I'm gonna highlight that one. Hold on. Do you have a Sidewinder? I do not. Done that with 200-pound spool of welding wire. What a mess. Ooh, I've been there, man. A 20-pound. Did I say 200? 20 pounds. Yeah, I used to weld. I'm sorry. That sucks. Oh, God. It just goes. Especially if you don't have the tensioner. Oh, my God. Would you let us know the difference between poly and PLA for the gloves? I don't know what poly means. Why don't I try about? What's your opinion on the Sidewinder? If you have one, why should you buy it? The Sidewinder is good. I know people with the X1, the V5, I think the new one is. I know people with it. They seem to like it. I personally would go with the Creality CR10S. That's just me. You should have like a virtual classroom with like 20 or 30 people and answer their questions and teach them everything about 3D printing, open cameras and everything. I thought about doing that. Have you done a video assembling a Mark 85 helmet? No. No, I haven't. Oh. Oh. Leave me alone. Do you sell any DIY helmet kit? Cool, good night guys. Opinion on PETG. I've only printed 2 helmets with PETG. They came out okay. This is also PETG. It's a little frankly built coin by one of my patrons. This was eSun PETG, and it printed out all right. Not too bad. Yeah. Have you tried any TiVo 3D? I think from what I've seen in the 3D printing scape, the TiVo is going the way of the Annette. The TiVo brand is kind of starting to fade. They're kind of getting left behind, it seems like. Not a lot of people are getting TiVos or using them. They're more DIY kits, and they're a little bit harder to calibrate and tune in, like the Annettes. I think they're getting left behind. That's just what I've noticed. Would you say the CR10S Pro is a good printer to use? Yep. What is your biggest pet peeve that other people do while 3D printing that you don't agree with? Ooh. Hold on. I have to talk about Master Broku's question about what is the biggest problem you've had with a print? There's a lot of things. So let's talk about, you have the, ooh, you know what? This might be on that list of one of the worst problems I've ever had. So you have your printer figured out, right? You're printing now. You've gone through a little bit of the issues. You understand the printer. Maybe you had a failure or two. This happened. I did not restart this print. It wasn't worth it. This thing this is like 80 grams of filament. This is nothing. So I didn't finish this Stormbreaker piece. Here we have where I did a filament change. This is a layer shift. It's hard to see, but there is a nice solid edge there. There was a layer shift here, and there was a layer shift here. Both of these had a layer shift on them. This was pretty bad. I have plans for this. There's a reason I finished this. I have plans for this Stormbreaker, and I'm going to capitalize on those layer shifts. Cool. We already talked about the massive layer shift on this Mando helmet. Do you scrap the helmet? This helmet was printed with 5 different rolls of filament. Mandalorian helmets are really fun to print now. I do enjoy printing them. I have 5 of them sitting down there. These use about 700 to 800 grams of filament. So what that does is it leaves you with rolls with anywhere between 100 to 200 grams of filament. This one doesn't fit. So this helmet right here was 5 rolls of that. I just ran the rolls, ran them until my filament runout sensor, tripped, and I had to reload them. So this was 5 different filament changes. The first one got up to about here. I changed it, had a layer shift. Got a little bit higher, had to change it, had a layer shift. Got a little bit higher, changed it at about the visor, came out perfect. Changed it at the top, I had a layer shift. This thing came out catastrophically bad, but I'm fixing it. So do I throw it out and just, get rid of, without the supports? This is about 500 grams of filament, I believe, 500 or 600. Or do I try to fix it? Well, I'm going to try to fix it because I know how. How do you fix this? What do you do with the layer shift? I don't think I had any layer shifts on my Mark 85. Cool. Buy these. Buy my products. I'm kidding. This is a $10 soldering iron off of eBay or Amazon or your local hardware store, where the hell you want to get it. This is wood filler. With these 2 tools, you should be able to fix a lot of these problems. This helmet was fixed with the soldering iron and wood filler. I broke the layer shift off, I re-welded all the parts, and now I need to go back. I filled it with wood filler, and I'm going to sand it. Wood filler is so much cheaper and easier to use than Bondo. It dries way quicker, it sands away way easier, and it's really nice because it doesn't have like a noxious toxic fume smell. Like you can just you can use it. It's not that bad. Actually, I think it kind of smells kind of good. Don't breathe this. So get a soldering iron. I have a tutorial on how to weld PLA together for better permanence. You're literally melting the part together. Do I have anything? Oh, you know what? This is a very good example of what PLA welding can do for you. Let me see. Let me see if I can take it. I hate this thing. I hate this thing. I should have never made this thing. This thing is awful. Hold on. First some, now I'm not the tallest cat in the world, but this staff is about 7 feet tall. It's tall. There is no metal rod in this staff at all. Watch, it just snaps live on camera. This is only PLA welded together. This was printed in the staff part was printed in 7 different sections. This is one, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this was only PLA welded together. Mind you, very good. I was able to bury the soldering iron in there, and not bad. I'm happy with this. And then I sanded it down, hit it with some wood filler, and smoothed it out. Let's see, put that back on the wall. It's the way of the future. Biggest pet peeves of others. God, you guys are asking some great questions. You really are. I might need to ask my mods to start really picking out the good ones that I've never answered before. But I'm scared how to sand it and finish it. I tried with some of the prints, but mess up the filler. Is the filler primer Snowers, Bondo, or what grit do you? That's a tricky question, Blas Garcia. Printing to layer height, link to Discord, type of material you use for your helmet, armor. Come on, Edgar. 3D printing, man. We've talked about PLA. You upgraded your Silent Board in Air 3 Pro from Amazon. What company you got it from? No idea. No idea, Peanut. I just got whatever one was cheaper. The roll that came with my Ender 5 Plus worked fine for me. That I couldn't get the Sunlu PLA Plus the dynamic. See? Right there. Guy in the chat doesn't like Sunlu PLA Plus. That's fine. How long can a roll of filament last out of the wrapping? What do you mean? Are you printing little miniatures and figures? It can last weeks. Are you printing one Mandalorian helmet? It'll last one Mandalorian helmet. That depends on what you're printing. Just got into printing about a week ago. You've been a huge help. Cheers, bud. You too, Canadian Jedi. Speaking about filament run-out sensors, mine just started tripping even without the filament. Any ideas how to remedy it? You're probably cutting a channel into it from the filament pulling. You might need to just get an upgrade. You can download new cases for it. I'm ordering my printer this week, and I think it'll get M3V2. Is this the right call? Hey, Fanning, whatever your name is, Dara, go watch my most recent video comparing printers. I'm not a fan of the V2, and that video talks about why. I wasted 200 grams of film on a Mando helmet because I did 2 attempts, and both of them failed because they were 2mm layer height since, yeah, it sucks. What does wood filler do? It fills. It's like Bondo. It's just, it fills in the gaps. What can you do to reduce layer shifts from happening? Understand why they're happening. I know a layer shift typically happens for 2 reasons. Something went wrong with your printer or something went wrong with your G-code. The first thing you can do to make sure it wasn't your G-code, take your SD card immediately out of your printer, put it back into your computer, drag your G-code file, and drop it into Cura. You're not going to be able to edit it. You're not going to be able to actually mess with the file, but if there's anything corrupt in your G-code, you'll see it in that preview file. It'll load what the print is supposed to look like. And you might even see a layer shift in there. I've seen that happen before, where the G-code is just corrupted. If you do that and your G-code is fine, your printer messed up. One big problem I was having with my Ender 5 Plus is the bed was actually moving underneath the clips. If you have an Ender 5 Plus, you probably have 2 of the retaining clips on the front of the bed and the back of the bed. Move them. Put one in the front, one in the back, one on each side, because my bed was shifting. The clips weren't strong enough and the bed was moving. So I had these really weird layer shifts, and I was like, it's not the G-code. My belts are tight. Make sure your belts are tight. Somebody on Instagram just sent me a picture. They had a massive layer shift on their printer, and they sent me a picture. I want to say it was like that. And they were like, hey man, I had a layer shift. What happened? In the picture they sent me, I could see their belt right here just hanging down. Like, I could see it clear as day in the picture that this belt was like that far down with no tension on it. They didn't tension their belt up enough. So as the print was moving, it was just skipping teeth. Layer shifts happen for a reason. They're one of the few things that they're actually one of the easiest things to isolate. Is your bed sliding left and right? Is your belt tight? If your belt on the back here, they don't have to be guitar string tight, but they need to be pretty tight. So isolating layer shifts, that should be very easy to do. If it's continuing to happen, there's something wrong with one of your belts or there's something wrong with your G-code. Good question. God, these are some good ones, guys. Thank you. This is hopefully this is good information for in the future if any of you guys see this. Ever work with the Spastics mirror chrome? I have not. I would like to though. 100th like. Hey, thanks Noah. What do you mean 100th like? There's like 200 of you watching. 194 of you watching and 100 likes. Come on. Come on. Pump. Those are rookie numbers. Come on. Pump those numbers up. It helps. It helps me. It's the least you guys can do. I'm giving you information. Lots of information. Everything I've learned and more. My adhesion is way too strong on my print bed. I tried removing it and it's so difficult. Also, leveling my bed is hard. Is that normal? Joe Colo, if your adhesion is too good, take your print bed off the printer, put it on something cold. Put it in your freezer, put it in your fridge, put it outside if it's snowing. Let it cool down all the way. Don't try to remove the print. I'll see a lot of people do that on the ultra base beds. They'll try to pop the print off while it's still hot. Don't. Those are the stickiest beds you're probably ever gonna get. Let it cool down before you try to get something under there and scrape and pop it up. How are you sanding small flat areas to keep them squared off? Working on Mando helmet and the front forehead channel is jaggedy. Sandpaper, man. You gotta just fold sandpaper and just like, you gotta get in there. Metal files or like emery board files, nail files work really good for getting in a lot of these recesses and stuff. Or you just start loading it up with filler primer. You started using something called spray putty. That's in the Mandalorian video. I've never used that before. I did one whole helmet. I printed out a Mandalorian helmet and I didn't sand it at all. Like, okay, I scuffed it up. I didn't sand down the layer lines and I just covered it in spray putty and you guys are gonna see the results of that. I thought it was this one, it's not. Rookie numbers. Yeah, so can't wait to show you guys that. Pound that like button. I'm trying to make an endgame Spider-Man mask. Put your info. What? Do the bed clips clamps ever get weak? No, not really. Well, asking for likes worked well. It did? It did. Hey, thanks guys. Appreciate that. I'll take that. You know what? I'll take that. Let me guess. You get a roll of filament per 100 likes. Dominic Busick with the $5. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Just a thumbs up. Thumbs up to you too, man. Help out Frank to smash that like button. Have you guys heard of Honey? I'm kidding. They don't sponsor me. Big fan. Every time I run out of filament and I refill it, it creates a layer shift. Is that normal? It never starts back up where it's supposed to. Thanks for everything. That does happen sometimes. I don't let my filament run out sensor strip for that reason. There is always a chance, a very small chance, you can get a small layer shift from it. There's not much you can do for that. Some printers don't. My Max's print resume, amazing. My CR10S Pro V2, this is the layer shift. So that's hard to troubleshoot, man. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for that right now. Ever used a resin printer? No, but I have one sitting in a box right there. Magnetic bed install on CR10S on the top of the glass or remove the glass. Oh, get rid of the glass. Yeah, take the glass off, get rid of it. Throw it out, smash it, throw it as hard, yeet it, just out. Get rid of it. Never use it again. Punish Props talked about massaging graphite on the paint job. I'm going to be doing the graphite rub, yes. I have graphite right there. We're going to be doing it. It looks really cool. I already tested it out. It looks cool. Who unclicked? Oh, that's mean. Do you have any finishing on the inside of the helmet? That was a quick recovery. I'm proud of that one. Cool. What printer do you prefer to use the work? I like them all. You guys were Heard of Raid, Honey, CBD, HelloFresh subscription? Would a friendship with a fan be possible? I'm friends with like tons of my fans. There's a lot of you in the Discord I don't even call fans. Like I think you're my legitimate friends. See also moderator. Have you tried Wham Bam build plates? No, I have not tried Wham Bam build plates, but I have a TH3D flex bed for my CR10 Max. I haven't used it yet. My CR10 Max has been running for 12 days straight. Yeah, shot. Have you tried Wham Bam build? Yeah, cool. Oh, I can't wait for the graphic video. Right? Didn't get the answer. Can you print a helmet on an Ender 3? Yes, you can. Go look at my. Oh God, you guys all saw it. One or two of you will know what I just picked up and why I didn't want to show anybody. It's really stupid. Can you print a helmet on an Ender 3? Yes, you have to cut it up. I have videos on that. You can print anything on an Ender 3. You can print an Iron Man suit on an Ender 3. You're just going to have to cut it up a lot more. What do you say about selling Mando mask and damaged Iron Man helmet? I didn't say anything about it this time. What paints do you use for the metallic and glossy red? I have videos on that too, my dude. I have a painting tutorial, and then I talk about. And we're back again. We haven't had problems like this in a long time. They got worse. Oh my God. All right, we're learning. We're back to learning. The more I talk about it, the less time we have. Can you print a Lambo on an Ender 3? Yes, you can. Oh, no, bro, the Soulstone video coming out. The Soulstone is in work. I had a little snafu with the LEDs I was doing on it. Some of you guys got to preview it. Please do not say what it is. If you know what it is, don't say it. It's a surprise. So, yep. Press F to pay respects. No, live's fine. I love live. This is great. Just bad problems tonight. It's weird. More troubleshooting. I think I know the solution. I just need to do more research on it. Of course, the first stream after thinking it was fixed is worse. Yes, that's exactly it. It's because I commented on it. It's because I said, oh, we fixed the problem. And here we are. Cool. So we talked about layer shifts. We talked about fixing the layer shifts with some filler primer. You're going to have these problems. You have ghosted prints. I call them ghost prints because the printer thinks it finished and it didn't. So let's talk about this real quick. We got plenty of time. It's only 9:15. Look at this. We got so much to talk about, guys. So we're here, right? This broke in such a way that I can damn near put this back together and you can't even tell where the break is. It just looks like one bad layer line. Let's see. Look at that. It just looks like there's one like really gnarly layer line there. And what I would do is I would take this, hold it tightly together, and I would go with my soldering iron and melt and fuse this back together the best I could. And then I would reinforce it because you want to make sure it's either as strong or stronger than it was when it broke. So I'm going to go and PLA weld that. And then what I'm going to probably do is go check in the inside for any more under extrusion. Under extrusion will be the death of you, especially when you do a filament change. If you have one layer of under extrusion, that's a weak point, so you really have to be careful with that. So I would go and weld that in, and then I would probably hit the front with just a little bit of wood filler, exactly like I did in this Mandalorian helmet. And you could save this faceplate, but just be careful because it could break again. Full disclosure, I broke this faceplate. I intentionally broke it because I didn't have any broken faceplates, but this one was just sitting there, and I wanted to show you guys what it looks like with a clean, perfect break because I had nothing to do it. So yeah, I broke that, but I can fix it. We have the technology. We've been over it. I got skipped. Feels bad. What's up, Custom Graphics? You got skipped? Who got skipped? I didn't see your name in there. Ask it again, and I won't skip it. I'm sorry. What was the answer for finishing the inside of helmet? I do not finish the inside of helmets unless I really want to or need to. I put foam and padding inside of them for the comfort. Like this So this Mando helmet's at 95%. I'm gonna put a little bit of padding up here just to lift it a little, and then I'm gonna put some padding right here in the cheeks. Aside from that, I'm not really gonna do much for the inside of this helmet. This red hood helmet, nothing going on in there. I'm gonna probably put just a little bit of foam in there to hold it into position, but this fits me so good already, I don't really need to do much. And I can still see the screen. We're gonna stream like this for a second. How about that? We'll answer some questions. Red hood looks amazing. What was the answer for this man? Frank Priest Ender 3 Pro about 3 months ago. The great prints and I'm happy upgrading last week. Let's go mini. I was thinking BL Touch. Do not get a BL Touch for an Ender 3. I will make fun of you. I'm sorry. Those beds are... Let me take that back off. I think putting a BL Touch on an Ender 3 is a waste of money, and it's a crutch you don't need. You will be better served in the long run for learning how to properly level your bed. That bed is so tiny, you don't need a BL Touch for it. That's my personal opinion. Do with it what you will. You can actually print a Mando helmet full scale on an Ender 3 without cutting it. Really? Frank, any videos of removing your supports? No. You break them off. I don't think that needs a video. Hey, do you pretend to do a contest to give a 3D printer? Hey, do you pretend to do a contest to give a 3D printer, a cheap one? Pretend? No, I'm gonna I've given away 3D printers. The ghost prints are now with ghost prints. Are there any tips on figuring out where it got up to be able to reslice the remaining bit? Oh, you asked my next question. Hey, Astrocyte? Cool name. I need to reprint the rest of this Mandalorian helmet. You have to measure. What unfortunately does me in on this one is I reoriented this print. I didn't drop this Mandalorian helmet in and print it straight up. I tilted it back a little bit. So what I'm gonna have to do is when I go and reprint the rest of it, and in case you guys didn't know, what you can do is you can drop a print in the Cura, and then say my arm is the bed. You drop the print in the Cura, it's sitting on the bed. You can drag the print down through the bed, and it'll only print what's above the bed. That's it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do to this. Now, how do you figure that out? You have to measure. Unfortunately, that's the only way you're gonna do it. I'm gonna need to measure in Cura. I'm gonna need to first measure from the bottom up with a ruler, tape measure. You're gonna need to get as precise as possible. And then I'm gonna drop a helmet in the Cura. I'm gonna try to orient it the same way and drop it through the build plate until I think it's at the right spot. Always print more than you need because you can always go and sand it off. If you don't print enough, you're in the same boat you are to begin with. I do plan on I have a video on fixing layer shifts with that Mandalorian helmet. I am going to do a video on how to print the rest of a thing. That is an upcoming video, and so it will be that. It'll hopefully, actually, it might be out this week. So, Frank, what is your opinion on the pros and cons of the BL Touch for the Ender 3 Pro? I just talked about that. How do you fix nozzle riding the print even after baby Z stepping? If you're not, Dave, if you baby Z step and your nozzle is still hitting your print, there is a high chance you are over extruding. For some reason, the print, you're pushing out too much plastic, so it wants a layer height of, say, 0.2, right? Your printer thinks it's putting out 0.2, it's putting out 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, right? If you're over extruding even a little bit, what can happen is 0.21, 0.21. This is no longer 0.4, right? This is 0.42, and then it builds up, and then it builds up. The nozzle is where the nozzle thinks it needs to be, but your print is now a little bit taller than it should be, and you're building up too fast. You can chase it by continually baby Z stepping, or you can fix your temperature and your over extrusion. Hope that helps. For some reason, tree supports always build up quicker than the prints. I don't understand. I always have that problem. Do you replace your nozzles? Do you have a video? What is your recommended nozzle diameter? I do not replace my nozzles. I like using 0.6 millimeter nozzles for props and cosplay. I don't have a video on it. Can you show the hinge system in the red hood? Yes, actually I will. There's an elastic band right there. See it? The duct tape, it's not duct taped in, it's super glued in, like how I did on the Iron Man suit. The duct tape just covers it up. It's really strong duct tape. Then I have a magnet glued here on both sides, and then there's a magnet on this raft. So when it gets in the position, it locks in. See? And then it's super easy to pull apart. Isn't that cool? Simple. This would be very effective on like Power Ranger helmets. Yep. I'm also going to do it on my rescue helmet. Hey Frank, how you doing? Spunky Monkey? Good. I remember your name. It's a good name. It's a good weird name. I like it. What layer height do you print helmets in? I typically print my helmets in a 0.6 with a 0.6 millimeter nozzle and a 0.32 or 0.34 millimeter layer height. That's how I'm able to print Mandalorian helmets in about 40 to 45 hours. One shot. It's pretty nice, actually. In regards to visors, any suggestions to add color to an acetate sheet? Window tint. If you want dark, look up just window tint, like automotive window tint from AutoZone. But you can also search headlight tint. If you hop on Amazon or eBay and search headlight vinyl or headlight tint, you'll find multicolored vinyl. You'll find greens and reds and blues. That's exactly how I found the vinyl for my Samus helmet. This is headlight vinyl. People with Hondas put it on their headlights to make it look cool. I say Hondas because nobody else does that. Haha, shots fired. I'm a car guy too, deal with it. Don't printers come with beds? Yes. Doesn't mean they always come with good beds though. Yeah, I mean, I leveled pretty well, but I'm kind of in the middle of my... Oops, what? Cue Rick and Morty true level meme. No, I am not reenacting that scene. Red Hood, is the black lines hand painted? Yes. Yeah, all my black lines on this, so they're recessed. There's grooves. They're, and I hand painted them. It's flat black hand paint. It's Tamiya, Mr. Color. I have a whole box of paints. Just look at that. Look at that. I'm so proud of this helmet. I just posted this on Instagram, actually. The one that was in my photo shoot, the one that was in my photo booth, that's this one. So I started to redo it. And the keen-eyed will be able to tell the difference in the shine. So you can see this is a little hazy, right? You can kind of see some bumps in the clear coat. Just not as crisp. But then you look at this one. Oh, actually, so you can look at the ring light. The ring light over in the corner, you can see it in the forehead of this one and how hazy it is in this one. This is the difference between wet sanding and clear coating properly, right here. That's a really good comparison, actually. That Red Hood helmet is mine. This is for my buddy as a wedding present because he's a nerd. I miss you, Dooley. What helmet did you hate the most? The Mark 85 helmet from Thingiverse, the V2 one. That's what this white helmet is right there. I hate it. I hate it. It was modeled before the movie was out. All he had was reference images from trailers and stuff. I understand. Do you have to have a bed? What? Yes. I'm trying to print the free Mark 85. If I support block the lettering on the back, will the print fail? No, do that. You can absolutely just support block that. It'll be fine. Do you recommend Octoprint? I don't use it. I don't recommend it, but I also don't not recommend it. I don't use it, so I have no comment on it. Sorry, off topic, but what do you use on the back of the neck for the Iron Man suit? I know you talked about it. Huh? I use the neck. It prints. There's a part you print for it. Can also use cheap. That's what I use. Every Creality printer comes with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle stack. Yeah. Chameleon tint on the pop-ups. Ha! So it's a Mark 1. That's cool, though. That's pretty funny. Who's your idol? Hi, PewDiePie. I don't really have like an idol, but like I do look up to Adam Savage as a builder. That's the closest I get to an idol. I don't like idolize him. He's just a guy who builds really good. I aspire to be like him, but yeah. Be your own idol. Be your own favorite person. Have you ever printed a full-scale model on an E3 carbine rifle from the Return of the Jedi? Yes. Have you 3D printed any car parts? No. What do you use for clear coat? I use Rust-Oleum Ultra 2K clear coat gloss. Okay. Back on topic. The last like 15 minutes of the stream, so in 18 minutes, we're gonna just do an open Q&A to kind of close out the night. But let's go through. So, we talked about the Mando helmets. We talked about layer shifting, actually pushing in your time, fixing failed prints didn't fail, welding, layer shifts, what could go wrong with your printer. This. So, this is the back plate to the Mark 40 shotgun. There's a booster that comes out of here. It's really cool. So this is the back. Right? Yeah, turtle. I have a CR10 Max. I could have printed this in one shot. I didn't. The amount of supports that it would have required were half the material cost for this entire backplate. So what I did, cut it in half. I put one part like this, printed it. I put one part like this, printed it, right? Yeah. One part like that, and I printed it. Cool? Unfortunately, while I was arranging it, I believe this top part, I didn't put it perfectly on the bed. I had accidentally tilted it forward a little bit, and part of it subducted under the bed, and it didn't print. So when I went to go meet these up, there was a giant gap missing. Reprinting that would have been next to impossible. So reprinting just that part would have been really difficult. Or what I could have done is just reprinted the entire upper part. Well, that's a lot of material wasted. So what I did is I welded together the sides. Right here, they met up pretty good. You can actually see they met up just fine. And then in the back, what I did is I put a piece of tape over the entire front of it. And then I took leftover material, I took rafts and support material, the same material, monoprice PLA Plus, and I started to melt and fill it all in. I was just pouring plastic into this, literally just making a mold and just melting and melting and melting it in. This is nice and strong now. Then I took the tape off and it left a little bit of a recess, and then I filled it with wood filler. So now what I'm gonna do is go sand it all down, and I've started cutting in the detail lines again where they meet up. So I'm gonna be able to sand this down, but this little inch section I made. This is another way you can recover a print. This might be one of the worst failures I've had that I've actually tried to save. Everything else, you can get rid of it, scrap it, throw it away. I did not want to reprint the upper half of this. I was already running low on this PLA for this suit. I wanted to see if I could fix it, and all I have to do is sand this back down. You can kind of see where I put some of the detail lines in it again. So, yeah, this is a real fun challenge. So I'm hoping it comes out good. And I have to get this in the garage and sand this down to see what it's going to look like. But I know I can salvage this. And for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, or maybe just follow me on TikTok, you will be happy to know that I am now the proud owner of a lot of all-clad airbrush paint. I got myself an airbrush, so we're going to be bringing that to the channel. I'm going to learn how to airbrush. I have 30 different bottles of all-clad paints, and we're about to level up our lives when it comes to finishing props and stuff. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it. Okay. Let's see. You're looking more than a meme. Use recommended Octoprint. Nozzle diameter. Didn't mean to put the second emoji. What are you using for clear coat? What's the difference between nozzles? One's bigger, one's smaller. What cars are you into? That's Dan. I'm new at this. Just wondering, could I make a full-scale Iron Man suit, Iron Man 3D print into a 1/6 scale print? You can. People do that. You could absolutely take the files for this Iron Man suit and print them at a 1/6 scale. You will lose a little bit of detail depending on your printer and the resolution you're printing at. A resin printer is not a bad idea to look into if you're going to be doing something like that, but you can. Frankly, have you ever tried graphite powder on the Mando helmet? That's going to be in the next video. Don't worry about that. Oh, the next Mandalorian video. It's not going to be the next video. I'm still working on them. Already talked about that. Could you make a full tutorial with sanding, priming, painting, clear coating? Of course, please. Could you cover polishing and buffing? Joe Colo. I already have one on priming and sanding. That's one video. I have another video on painting and all the applications. And the third video in that series, which I still need to put out, is about clear coating and buffing and waxing. So I have 2 out of 3 of those requirements. Go watch those videos. Is 12 days your longest print? Big brain plays to use rafts and support and melt into it to make it stronger. Big brain, big bumpy brain, not these smooth brain mofos scattered around the world. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Can you post what airbrush setup you got? I'm gonna post it, but I mean, once it shows up, it'll be on Instagram and stuff. And I'll be gonna do a video, me learning to airbrush or something. I don't know. I got an Iwata Eclipse. It's a really nice airbrush. I'm excited. 10 with Barry G41 with the $10. Thanks for answering all of our questions, Barry. I'm trying, man. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have sunglasses, so I can't do the cool shade thing. Uncle Jesse in the chat. Hey, dude, what's up? It's nice talking to you on Instagram, man. Yeah, we got a little celebrity in the chat. Ooh, it's the Uncle Jesse. If by some miracle you don't follow him already on here on YouTube, go check out his channel, please. He's like one of the 3D printing like Mount Rushmore dudes. So go check him out because I know some of you came from TikTok and you probably have no idea who he is. It's understandable. Go follow him. How many printers do you have now? So I have my 6 printers that are running. I have a 7th Ender 3 that I just don't have room for. That's for my wife's work, where I teach the 3D printing classes. I have the resin printer that Elegoo sent me. It's a Mars Pro. I'm excited to try that out. And then I have the Sunlu S8 that we're going to be giving away this month, this week. January's giveaway is a Sunlu S8 3D printer and some extra goodies. So thank you, Uncle Jesse. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully filament recyclers will become more accessible like 3D printers have. I am in the midst of trying to get my hands on a filament recycler, so we're going to see how that goes. Oh, we have a celebrity here. Why are DO3D helmets so small? The Mark 7 is small on my head at 100% spent. It's just how they model them. That's it. You typically always have to scale. Sorry. Scan your head. Who the hell disliked the stream? Haters. Haters did. I have a few of them. As you grow, if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. It's how it is. People are petty, and it's the only way they can lash out because they don't have the sack to talk to me in person or message me. So I don't really care. Haters gonna hate. Do you know how to fix the SD card slot on the CR10S Pro V2 because mine is failing? If your SD card slot is failing, unfortunately, that's on your main board. There's really no way to fix that. Sorry. The Iwata is a good airbrush. Yeah. During usage, do the printers smell like melted plastic? No, not really. PLA smells like maple syrup, kind of, when it's melting. We'll be getting a new Creality belt printer. Will I be? No. The belt printer is still in its testing phase. There are videos on it. You can go and watch them. It's a new concept for 3D printing. It is still in its infancy. I would like to get one, but I'm not going to get this first run of them. I'm going to let some problems get worked out from them first. So, yeah. Boop. No Wolverine cowl. You make a pretty badass. Is it because I'm short? How dare you? I'm not that. He's like 5 foot flat. Okay. No Wolverine cowl. No, I'm not the biggest X-Men fan. I'm gonna be honest. Though I think Nico has a pretty cool Wolverine mask. Maybe when I have more room and I can start collecting more like iconic helmets that just, we'll see. Mr. Beast. Hey, Mr. Beast is here. Can you show the Red Hood helmet again? Haters gonna hate Mr. Beast. What does a donation go towards? Oh, Uncle Jesse in the chat. Oh my God, I was typing that at the same time. Have any good advice on the helmet sizing? I asked Uncle Jesse the same question 20 minutes ago. Guess I wasn't famous enough. I should. Oh, no, Noir Doge. Oh God. Dude, you're a patron. Stop. What are you doing? Cheers, Frank. Looking forward to the game night, and thank you for all the educational content. No problem, dude. Thank you, man. Where do your donations go? No one's asked that, but that is a fair question. Your donations go to all of this, everything you see. When I started the channel and really started getting into this, I had to make prints to sell them. I had to make helmets. That was something I was doing a lot on the side to pay for new filament, to pay for the new printers, to pay for a better camera. I was in theory and still funding this all out of pocket because it is a hobby. This is not my job. Now, the time I spent making helmets to sell was time away from content and making new stuff. The Patreon, the YouTube, the donations, they go back to this. Right there, that Noir just bought me a roll of filament to make another project that I don't have to sell. I can make something new and show it to you guys. So it pays for a lot of that type of stuff. So yeah, your donations are appreciated greatly, and I try to do my best to give them back to you guys. And get better equipment, get better editing software and cameras and lighting, better, you know, stuff like that. Helped me buy an airbrush. So now I can start airbrushing and teaching you guys how to do that. Get better paints, get better materials and stuff like that. Electronics, for electronics tutorials. So it all accumulates, I promise you. What do we got? Are you buying a recycler or making one? I'm going to buy one. That's something donations go to. Why do you use PLA Plus and not ABS? Easy sanding. I was all PLA and 100% ABS for cosplay. Is sanding PLA Plus easy as normal? Yeah, sanding PLA Plus is ridiculously easy. In my opinion, ABS is a little dated because you need the enclosures to run it when you can just use PETG, which is pretty strong too. PLA Plus is very strong. PLA is strong. A lot of people give PLA a very bad rap, but PLA is strong. It just doesn't like heat. So if you live in Arizona or Texas, no, maybe you don't want to do a cosplay in PLA, but I live here in England. It's fine. This stuff's not melting in my car. Speaking of failed SD slots, do you recommend the SD adapters? No. They cause more problems than they're worth. How many secret projects running so far, Frank? Quentin S. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 secret projects. Do you play any video games with fans? Sometimes. Kind of. Nah. Can I see the Red Hood helmet? Here's the Red Hood helmet. Oh, wow, I can get that on fast now. Isn't that awesome? Ooh. Yeah, so there's the Red Hood helmet. Oh my God, what? Come on. Dara, stop. I still can't pronounce your first name. Dara Fanning? I don't know. With the 25 euro? My first time in the stream and loving your content. Thanks so much for answering my questions earlier too. Don't worry about pronouncing my name. I'm from Ireland and people struggle all the time. Stay awesome, dude. I'm just gonna call you Fanning. D Fanning. How about that? Thank you so much for that. Followed by Shane Greenfield with a 10. Thanks for all you do, bro. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to thank you. My wife saw me watching all your videos and got me a printer for Christmas. Dude, Jose Soto, that's awesome, dude. Message me on Instagram. We'll talk. I like talking to you guys. What is your job? I am in the U.S. Air Force. I'm in the military. That's why I'm stationed over here in England. Jolly old England. I didn't miss any calls, did I? Sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. Need to make sure I'm on call for work, so that would have been bad. What systems do you use to monitor your prints? Is it some kind of webcam? It is some kind of webcam, Michael. Go check out my video about monitoring in 3D prints. I use something called a Wise Cam. It's a wireless Wi-Fi camera, and then I use Wi-Fi sockets, which is really cool. Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheaper than Octoprint, but Octoprint has different benefits. But I like using my setup. I can, oh God, you guys are killing me right now. So if I go into the Wise app right here, might be a little bit hard to see. There's 2 cameras here. I can view them. And then if I go to my Smart Life app, I gotta log in. I forgot I got a new phone. I can turn off all 6 printers. I can pick what printer I want to turn off. It's really cool. I have a video on that. What's your daily job? That talked about that. I'm making a Mando armor set now. Also making the full-size R2-D2 painting tutorials have been super helpful. Dude, send me pictures of that R2-D2. I want to see that. Will I need a lot of space to start printing? Not planning to do full suits, but no, you really don't. Like an Ender 3 fits on a desk. It was literally sitting right here. It's a desktop printer. You really don't need that much space at all. Oh God. Do you have airbrushed already or looking to buy one? I just bought one. I have never airbrushed though, so we're gonna see how that goes. ABS is outdated. Most applications have been replaced with ASA. You are correct. Hi, Danny. A little late. How do you sand something with a lot of detail? Patience. Patience. Y'all are hitting me with these. Where are all these questions coming from? You guys were sleeping the whole chat. Wow. A lot to hide from cameras then. Yeah. What's the largest sword you've made? This guy, the Buster Sword. Look at that nice new paint job. Isn't that nice? Yeah, the Buster Sword, it's not as tall as the Dragon Slayer, but it's wider, and I love this thing. We're gonna put this, we'll put that right there. I'm gonna forget that's there, and I'm gonna step on it. So sanding PLA is the same as ABS. I've never sanded ABS, but I think sanding PLA Plus is very easy. What's the best 3D printer for a beginner? A Creality Ender 3. Frank, have you ever used any PETG from 3D War Horse? No. Davion Calhen with the 25 Canadian. Come on, man. Thank you. Thanks for everything you do. Your streams are great. Sorry about the camera issues. We're probably pending for another one any minute now. I like streaming with you guys. I think this is such a fun way to interact with you guys, and I can answer your questions. And I like. Originally, the plan was to get the camera problem sorted. I'm still gonna fix that. I want to start getting more interactive with the streams and doing live demonstrations more. I know I've done a few, but the way my camera setup is now with the whole wraparound screen, I have new camera mounts. I have a new ring light. I want to get more creative with these streams and teaching you guys stuff live. So I have plans for that, I promise you. So thank you. Yeah, where's a good place to get a motherboard? Amazon. Thank you for your service. You're welcome. Definitely not frankly built. You should make a video on how to become a sexual... Who is that? Definitely... Is Mr. Beast what? Wait, what? Am I completely missing something? I'm very confused. Was he really? Is he really? And you have the time to 3D print cosplay, good man, just me. I'm very confused right now. What did I miss? Definitely, defiantly not frankly built. Who are you? You should make a video on how to become a successful YouTuber. Also, you didn't see. Yeah, I would love to make that if I knew how. If you guys can give me some tips on that, I'd love to. I'd be so down. You're in the Air Force. IKEA lac table, best thing for a I have 2 IKEA lacs right in there. In my first Mark 85 build videos. Hi, Mr. Beast. That's what? That's crazy. The real one of checkmark. Yeah, I know. I'm figuring. Yeah, my Mark 85 build videos, you'll see that I have 2 IKEA lacs for my first 2 printers, but now they're stacked in there and they're just storage. I've evolved past them. How many helmets have you made total? I am well into the 60s on the amount of helmets I've made. Longest, fastest build. Longest. Fastest. This was printed in like 5 hours and glued, sanded, and painted in the same day. Yeah. This was my fastest build. How many? I watched so many hours of your videos. My wife says the 3rd person in our marriage. Hey, Peanut, I'm sorry. I won't be home for dinner. I apologize. If there's something with a lot of lines, is it inadvisable to palm sander for it? No. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that, the Janeway. What chrome paint is that? That is Rust-Oleum metallic chrome. Can you show us your airbrush? I will when it gets here. It's in the mail. What are you using? When are you going to use your Twitch? Probably never again. I stopped with Twitch. Auto home failure solutions. Hop on the Discord into the electronics section. There's a couple reasons we can talk about that. Colby Gannon with the 5, thank you. No question. You can ask a question and I'll answer it. You don't need to do another super chat. Thank you. And Robo Blake with the 5, thank you for your service. You're welcome. Thank you for letting your tax money be my paycheck. It was a fake account. The real. I want to get into 3D printing. Love your content, but waiting till I have my own place before getting. Hey, you can still be a part of the community. We have plenty of people on the Discord who don't have 3D printers, but they're still learning. They're still involved and interacting, that's it. Just be part of the community. It's a lot of fun. Tweeted those pics. I want to get into 3D printing. Okay, cool. Oopsie poopsie with the #1 flashing sign with the 20. Dude, thank you. Oh my god. Like this is. Thank you guys. Like no, you guys. Why? Since you're in the Army, do you have guns? I'm not in the Army. I'm in the Air Force, and no. Joe Colo, yes, Mr. Beast left. You can leave a message after the beep. The real Mr. Beast, huh? Mr. Beast was not here. Yeah, I know. Ethan Bruning with the 20. Can you guys? Thank you. I don't know what to do when you guys donate, and you don't ask a question. I just clap. I don't know. Thank you. What do you do with your 60 helmets sold? Yeah. Hit me up, Big Blue. Hello there. I'm doing this for the lulz. No hate.
I just started printing with Creality under 5. I've been having issues with filament sticking to the bed. I have set the temperature between 60 and 70. Can you recommend? Make sure your bed's clean, Ben's Gaming Vlogs. Make sure you're not using any adhesion unless it's a perfectly clear glass bed. Then use adhesives like glue. What's it like living in England? How does it compare to America? It's pretty much the same. I don't feel like we're without any. We don't have a Walmart, that's about it. What's your worst failed print? That's hard to say, man. I've had a lot of little print failures and you kind of just move on from them. I don't know. I didn't know you quit Twitch. I just started about a month and a half there. Thank you for your service, and I wish it was my tax money going to you. More of the airbrushing PSA than a question. I bought a combo airbrushing compressor about 100. You can perfectly airbrush with a cheaper airbrush. You don't have to go with the very entry line. You don't. Yeah, that's fair. Just curious, how do you have the back cover on the Red Hood helmet attached? I already showed that. If you want to scroll back into the video, I have a little explanation on that. What happened to the Mando wood filler all over him? That's also in the beginning of the chat. New to this, but I should buy a cheap printer and upgrade it if I enjoy printing and start with a decent one. Buy a cheap one. Buy a Creality Ender 3, this little guy down here. Test out the hobby. If you hate the hobby, you can sell those Ender 3s for pretty much what you paid for them, and maybe you lose a couple bucks. But yeah. MakerCon was cool. We're going to be doing another MakerCon, I promise you. Ender 5. If you want to know what the MakerCon is, join the Discord. That's all I'm going to say on it. If you're intrigued, Discord. There's probably a link about to appear right down below. Wherever the chat is on your screen, there will be one. So, we're in the open general Q&A questions now, guys. I'm just reading the chat. So, yeah, I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys learned something just about some of the failures you might encounter. And I don't show you guys all of that all the time. And so one of my friends, Ariel Dropwire, he kind of mentioned that. He's like, maybe you should show some of these things because you're showing the good side of it. You're showing your really pretty clean prints. You're showing hey, look how nice this came out. But I have these problems too. I got very good at 3D printing quick. This just came naturally to me. I like it. I'm comfortable in it. I understand it. It's not going to come as quickly to everybody. I could get that. I had a very good leg up on painting. I've been painting for years. And this is why I'm able to make stuff look better. You know, it's not the best Red Hood helmet in the world by any means. I'm happy with it though. So there are problems. I do have failed prints. I have layer shifts. I have paint fail all the time. It is very cold out in England right now, and painting outside in the cold is very difficult. I have a heat booth, little heated paint booth. It doesn't always work. So you're gonna have to overcome a lot of things like this. A lot of my secret projects would be done if I could paint them. I'm limited in space because if I'm clear coating parts, if I'm clear coating a helmet in the paint booth, I can't then go in there and also paint. I can't be sanding and doing really thick primers because the dust then gets all over the clear coat. So my time is limited on what I can do in the paint booth. So I'm working on it. We'll see how it goes. What's a typical day in Frank's life? MJ Studio. Maybe that'd be a good video. A day in the life. I'd have to be selective on what I could show though, since I work on a military base. I love when people donate and Frank doesn't know how to react. Yeah, that's all the time. Hey man, I was watching your sword vids and was wondering if you ever thought about building a falling guillotine from Destiny 2. I don't know what that is. Nova helmet with the lights on. We'll do the Nova helmet with the lights on. Here you go. Here's the Nova helmet with the lights on. Bing. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So we're gonna we'll put the nice helmets front and center. How about that? Right there. There you go. Came in late. What's going on with the Gundam helmet? Gundam helmet is in work. It's a big helmet, so it's just taking time. What's your opinion on the artillery printer? I prefer the Creality printers, but I know people have good luck with the artillery sidewinders. You're pretty good with the info and helping people entertaining. That's what it's all about. Keep good. Don't get cocky. Like it. I hope I never get cocky. I have patrons and friends to keep me level, which helps. They let me know if the video is bad or like, hey man, that felt forced, that didn't feel right. You guys give me so much feedback, and that's why I try to interact with you guys all the time. That's why I answer everybody on Instagram. That's why I encourage you guys to join the Discord. I ask you guys for feedback in the Discord all the time. I want to know what you do and don't like about my videos. I'm not infallible. I'm not a pro at this. I'm just sharing me making nerdy stuff with you. That's really it. It'd be stupid for me to get cocky. I'm not better than any of you. I just have a camera. And I'm louder about it, I guess. I don't know. On the Discord that does 3D print, and I still love being part of the community. You're correct. Kelly, you beat me to it. Does ArmorSmith automatically scale the parts you put in? You have to scale the parts around.
Do you like My Hero Acca? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you know where to get a Creality Ender 3 in the UK? Amazon. Or Creality3dofficial.com. There's a link in the bio, actually. Link in the description for Creality printers. Have you seen the video about scraping with a card instead of sanding? Yeah, it's just another tool. It's good. It probably would have worked good on this, but you're still going to leave rough edges that you're going to need to sand down, but it's just another tool. Try it out. It won't always work on everything, though. My guest appearance, my teeth hurt. Michael McChan, why do you keep retracting, man? What's going on? Can I see what you retracted? I want to see what you retracted. I don't think I can see what you retracted. I want to see. Okay. I just finished my Mandalorian helmet. You get the LEDs for the eyes. I have two videos on LED cosplay eyes. I get them on Amazon, AliExpress, or Banggood. I think has some of them now. Yeah. What do you get? Random, but can you sell prints from Do3D Files or Thingiverse eTrader? Luke Taylor, there's a whole video about selling prints. You gotta go watch that. It's another live stream. There's way too much information. It depends on the model maker and the license you have and they have. Hey, Franklin, my helmet is almost done. I just have to paint it. And what gold paint to use? This is Rust-Oleum metallic paint. You cannot clear coat it, and if you handle it too much, it will start to fade and tarnish. Are Do3D Files free? No. Have you ever thought about making a Mark III suit? Yes, I have. I would love to make the Mark III suit. It's iconic. But battle damaged. Ooh. Have you ever thought about making not battle damaged? Hey, Maker 3D Printing with the $5. Here's some money for airbrush cleaner. I'm gonna need that, aren't I? Uh-oh. That ominous foreboding. Thank you for the donation, my dude. Do you want to learn how to model? Yes, that is on my to-do list. I want to learn how to model. I do. Discord after this. But it's an MVP game night. I'm going to be doing a game night with my patrons. We might be streaming the feed, but only my patrons will be able to play. But I might be in the Discord. I'm going to talk it out with them. If one of them wants to play but doesn't want it streamed, we will not stream it. They have priority for the night. So we'll see how that goes. What is happening here? Oh, Do3D tagged me in a post. Okay. People are like, oh my God. I don't know, whatever. Deal with that later. The right answer, dude. You got the interest now. You got my... What you talking about, just me? What are you talking about? You're pretty good with the info. Oh, the cocky guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's you. That's you. I love this stuff, man. I made that. I made this. A year and a half ago, this didn't exist. Nothing in this room existed. I'm not saying, oh my God, look at me. I'm saying you can do this shit with a 3D printer. Like, you buy one of these, you can make this crap. This is amazing. Like, this is the coolest hobby ever. I don't care what anybody says. This is the coolest shit ever. And you don't have to make nerdy stuff. You can make whatever the hell you want. I've been at this for a year and a half. This didn't exist a year and a half ago. The Keyblade, debatable. I think that might have been there. That's a little over a year and a half. But you're limited by your imagination right now. I'm not talking about making Iron Man suits that fly and... No, it's all display stuff. It's cosplay, it's props, it's collectibles. But, like, can you go on... don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure you can't go on eBay and buy a Richard Rider Nova helmet right now. Maybe you can find it on Etsy, but if you find it on Etsy, it's because somebody else is 3D printing it. I wanted a Nova helmet. I made a Nova helmet. I wanted all the items from Marvel, the Infinity Stone items. I made them. I wanted an Iron Man suit. I made it. Like, this is so cool. I will never get over that. I still walk into this room all the time, and I'll look at something. I'll be like, I made this shit. And like, there's nothing stopping you guys from making that. There are limitations and there are limiting factors in your life currently. Financial, you're in school, you're a kid. Limiting, it does not take it out of the realm of impossibility. Like, if you don't have the money now, save up. You will have the money eventually. You know, like you can still do this. There's nothing that makes me any more allowed to do this than you. I am just doing it already, so obviously I'm farther along. If you go and buy a 3D printer now, you can print more stuff than I have. You know, it's just you just have to jump in. This hobby is amazing. I love it. I love sharing it with you guys. I love teaching it. I'm not done. Like, I don't know. I'm nowhere near done with this. I have so many plans, so many cool things planned in the future, so many ideas, things my patrons don't even know about. You will know about them. You'll know about them before everybody else, and then everybody else will know about them. So, yeah, I love this hobby. That's it. And I'm done. Preference, wood filler, glazing buddy. Wood filler. I'm off my soapbox now. How do you ship your helmets? Cardboard boxes and a lot of bubble wrap. You have gotten at least $100 from donations. Well, because anybody can go back and watch the chat and do the math. $128. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wait, what? Oh my God. Yeah, this was a good night. Thank you. Thoughts on the Mark 42? I like it. It's only a handful. Yeah, there are. Jose Soda, yes, correct. There are some free DO3D files. Chris, you heading out? Purchase Ezra. Somebody leaving? Who's leaving? Full PC, or could an older laptop work? An older laptop could work. It just depends how old. Do you have the eBay link for the Batman LED eyes? No, but there should be a link in the video. What is your favorite print besides the suit? That helmet right there. Colby Gannon joining my Patreon live. I got the notification. Thank you, Colby. Welcome to the fold. If you join the Discord right now, you can hop into MVP Game Night. We'll get you. Make sure you join. If you're not on the Discord, join right now and tag me in your introduction post so I can get you the rights. If you want to do the MVP Game Night directly after this, you can join. You are allowed now. There's no like, oh, you need to wait to trial. No. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Jesus, this night. I have some friends that are jealous of me doing 3D printing and not playing PlayStation with them. What do I do? Do what makes you happy, man. I don't even play video games anymore. I don't have time. I really don't. I don't have a PS5. I want a PS5. I don't have time for it. Stream's about to end. If you have any more questions, join the Discord. You are correct. Wait, you're from England? No, I am from New Jersey. I live in England. I'm stationed over here with the military. Yeah, so questions, stop, please. I have to end the chat. The giveaway this month. I was going to post all of the giveaway stuff today, Sunday. I got an answer a little late back from one of the sponsors for the giveaway. So it's going to be posted tomorrow. Starting Monday, January 11th, we are going to be giving away a Sunlu S8 3D printer, a $50 gift card, or $50 voucher for DO3D files, and 5 rolls of Iano PLA filament. I'm not used to saying this name. Yeah, so the Sunlu S8, that's mine. It was given to me from Sunlu to do what I want with it. I'm gonna give it away. I did the review video. It's time to give it away. $50 worth of DO3D files, and then 5 rolls of PLA filament from Iano. That's gonna be the giveaway. It's basically a 3D printer starting kit. If you are seeing this stream, the contest is gonna be run on Instagram and TikTok. I have to be a little careful with Instagram because I don't want it getting disabled again, so that's going to be a little tricky. It'll also be on TikTok, so make sure you're following me on at least one of those because I can't run the giveaway on YouTube. YouTube's giveaway guide is very, very strict. It's just more hassle than it's worth, so make sure you're following that. It's literally a 3D printing starting kit. It will only be applicable to the UK and US because of shipping limitations. I have to ship a printer and they have to ship 5 rolls of filament. It'll be UK and US. If you can't join, the next giveaway in February will be a digital media kind of, it'll just be 3D files and filament from online and something along those lines. So you can join the next giveaway, okay? So please, I'm sorry if you can't join. There'll be more rules posted tomorrow, but that is going to be the giveaway. It's a 3D printer, filament, and files. It's a nice little starter kit for you guys. So I really hope you you enjoy that. Yes. So thoughts on the Armstrong program, Dunce Cat, frankly, the best of the day, and a 3 prime. Frank, New Jersey here, also Monmouth. Yeah, cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip you, mate. Really, it's the Iron Man, so you're making you use it better. Hey, I'm joking. It's your new channel. How do you weld this stuff? What's your Patreon? Hey, there's my Patreon. Wow, that was good. You got my Discord. Go join the Discord. There's a link for it right there. It's free. It's a free Discord for 3D printing, cosplay, all of that. Go join it. There's no reason not to. If you want to help support me on Patreon, there's a link for that too. That's totally up to you. Just join the Patreon. Next. Wait, did somebody else join? Frank Corey. You can't join. Now there's another Frank. No, that doesn't work. You have to unsubscribe or change your name. I had it first. Photoshop crab from Instagram. Oh, hi. What's up? You're catching the end of the string. Yeah, I have to go. Thank you again, guys. Thank you so much. I just got 2 new patrons and a very good chat revenue. Thank you, guys. Oh, God. For real. Thank you. You're helping little dreams come true. I have, like I said, I have a lot of plans this year. 2021, I'm trying to, I feel I have figured this out. I know how to 3D print now. I like to think I'm decent at making this stuff now. Now I want to improve my game. I want to level up my abilities. I'm getting an airbrush. I'm trying to teach you guys more. So hopefully it's going to be a good year. It can't be worse than 2020. So thank you so much for everything. Really, this is all just. I am a guy with a camera. I started a year and a half ago because I started making my Mark 85, and I started with this dinky little GoPro Hero 3 that it still works, and just recording and started sharing with you guys, and you guys have helped me make some things that I thought were only in my dreams possible. So thank you so much. If you aren't 3D printing, get to it ASAP because you are just missing out. And if you can't afford it right now, that's also totally fine. Save up one day you can. The hobby is only getting better by the day. So if you don't join now, you will join later and it'll be even better. And hopefully I'll still be around and I won't be some dinosaur talking about back in my day FDM printers or something like that. So yeah, join the Discord. Stay tuned on TikTok and Instagram. It'll be posted tomorrow, I promise. Thanks. I don't know. I'm going to do a really awkward transition out because I got to navigate some screens. And yeah, now we're in 2021. Damn it, Jose. Yeah. Here, hold on. Let me get as I back out. Let's see what the live feed read is for my sub count because we are about to be at 30,000 and we are at Stephen Nattel. You son of another patron. God. 29,784. So we are 216 subs away from 30,000 members in less than 2 years. Thank you. Oh Jesus. Thank you guys. You have a wonderful, stupendous, amazing, great week, year, day, month, millennia, life. As Kyle Hill would say, I like quoting him because he's a very smart boy. If you're not watching Kyle Hill, go watch him. He is very intelligent, and maybe one day he'll notice me. Take care of each other because all this stuff, this is all we got. So be nice, be courteous. And please continue to wear a mask. Take care, guys. Bye.